Me and my brothers, man, they just come to see me. Yo, man, we're talking politics. Home clan, Malawi politics is following me. I can't run away.
Yeah, we need that, yeah?
Yeah.
We need to change that.
We need to change.
We need to change Malawi, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, but Malawi's process is nice because since Section 65 with Bingo, we've all been learning how democracy works. Is it true or not? It's been a lesson. Before that, people did not even know what the constitution is. But now everybody had to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now we're civilized. Now we're civilized. We need to change our country. We are civilized.
This one will start marching here in Copenhagen because we're doing some private million man march.
Where is he?
We make a placard for you.
I'm gonna be one man demonstration.
He's representing all three cities, right?
We need to change that. We are tired of nonsense.
So, if you were in Malawi on the 60th, were you going to take part in the demonstration?
It's my country. I have to fight for it. I need to take part. If how do I know it's very important? I have to, and it's very important to do that because it's gonna change the political system.
So, were you going to do it from the back or you're going to do it from the front? Since you said you're going to participate in the march, were you going to do it from the front, from the leading, coming from both ends? Wow, it's so nice.
Because
he's an ambassador in Denmark. Are you people blind or what?
no, there are some people who go there, and if you ask them what they are doing, they literally don't know what they are doing. They just go there because they have seen people in the streets and they just want to join them. So, but if you can ask them, why are you here? You will find all sorts of funny answers there.
I just came to join.
I was hungry. When are we eating?
No. And we are also having some what should we thieves, I think, who are joining the demonstration and looting people's shops and the like.
Yeah, this is a chance.
But still more, it's very important. We just need to change our system.
But let me ask you one question.
Yes.
So we have Saul's Chilima, who's an interesting character.
Yes.
And his thing was about changing things like, don't you think between Saulus Chilima and Lazarus Chakwera, don't you think they could start doing some of those programs without having to be in government? Like, for example, Antwazidia Katatu Pasivu.
Yes. High five.
High five. Do you have to be in government before you as an independent Malawian?
You know,
together with another independent Malawian. Just start showing by not just your words but your works.
Yeah, I think it's possible, but with our system sometimes it becomes very hard. For example, Soros Chilima was vice president.
Yes. And
Lazarus Chakwera was leader of opposition. After maybe the president has delivered the persona, state of national address,
yes,
you could see as a leader of opposition, it's mandated at least to comment on that. And not only that, even as the parliament is in progress, he could highlight some of the challenges Malawians are facing, and sometimes even by just having some kind of media briefs. But it seems in most cases, suggestions from opposition parties are not taken on board.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe the ruling is afraid that once we take this on board, it's like we don't have an agenda, and let's say the opposition will be given the credit and not us, because maybe the opposition will be saying, you know, we suggested this to government and the government is implementing it. So it's like they don't have an agenda, we have the agenda. So maybe the ruling side is afraid of that, and that's why
so the people have to suffer because of that.
And at the same time, Saulus Chilima is the vice president, but if we can see, according to our setup now, I think the office of the vice president is just a symbolic office.
Ceremonial one.
Ceremonial. He doesn't have that much power.
But he isn't that anymore, is he?
Yeah, he isn't.
Yeah.
So you just wait for the big boss to delegate you in most cases. And in most cases, the kind of the works they are delegated to do are just trivial issues. There is a funeral ceremony somewhere, go and attend it on my behalf.
Go and
That's
plant
what
some
I mean.
trees.
You go and plant some trees, such kind of things. But in actual sense, I think there is really nothing. So
For a guy like him who's been running big corporations,
yeah,
he's a guy who, you know,
and I think
who wants to work.
it has been in our system for quite long. I think there is some kind of enmity between the president and the vice president.
Have you noticed that? It started a long time ago.
Yeah, it started a long
This is
time
not nothing
ago,
new. This is
and
not new.
always the president is afraid.
There is always
The
that
vice
issue.
president.
Yes.
So no matter how much intelligent, capable the vice president might be, but the president does not want to use him to
No.
the advantage of
But
the
this time the
country.
president has chosen somebody who's not too smart. Eh?
Yeah, I think
Who was the running mate? That was,
so. I think so. Maybe he has been chosen from an angle that whenever the big gurus or the parent, the president say, "Let's do this," then you just say yes. I
Yes.
think for Jim, I think you could raise some objections. Say, no, this is not good.
Chilima is that type of person.
Well, actually,
He's that type of person. You can see already that he's that type of person. So, you know, I mean, they've definitely chosen this guy because they don't want somebody who can show any kind of,
Yeah, so
you know.
it's really hard for our country. Let's just wait for the outcome of the case. But I think
Would you match?
myself, no, I don't go. And I, in most cases, I don't go. Not in most. I've never done that. I think if I've done that, that's
Mujamanta?
during my school or
Muopa?
university days when I could go and match. But
Is it fair?
yeah, sometimes for the safety, government does not take well the protests in the country.
No, it doesn't.
So tear gas, arrests, and the like.
Yeah.
So, but maybe I'm just afraid of unknown, because people have been going to the streets and nothing has been done. At the same time, sometimes even if those people protesting are not doing a good job. I'm talking about looting of shops and the like.
Yeah.
So you find that at the end of the day, then everybody who's there is being labeled as somebody who is not responsible enough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it becomes a problem.
Wow. Can you imagine? I just wake up this morning.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Next thing I know, I'm talking to my peeps. And a beautiful princess too.
Yes.
Gorgeous princess. Everything's alright. You should listen to Kitson.
Yeah, he sent me a video. He was doing some rehearsals, yeah. So
You see Kitson, they're listening to you. It was good even from that time. I'm gonna stop this one here. So I just want you all to say one thing to me, right? We're doing this festival. I want you to understand. This festival that we're doing is called Zisakuduse,
it's a good, yeah.
and it's a festival which we want to be successful right across the world. It's called Zisakuduse Planet Festival. It is your hustle as Malawians. It belongs to you. When the website is up, all you have to do is to go on the website and register. Where you're from, the village, and everything. And we on this side will be running a business in your name. It's purely socio-economic, non-political, and it's open for all Malawians, from the president to the opposition to the poorest man, from Sanje right through to Karonga, everywhere. Every Malawian, every half Malawian, maybe some Zimbabweans. No, so I mean, so that's all really, you know. It's just Sakuduse. You will hear about it soon. We will be buying some advertising space in the local newspapers and get through to the Times and to the Brian Banders and everybody and all of that, you know.
So that time gonna be in Malawi, or
No, I'm doing it from here. We have members from Malawi. Kitson is in Turkey, as we say, but we have brothers who are. We have Eric Paliani.
good man, yeah.
We have Eric. We have, I don't know if you know Chisomo Njewa. He's from Zomba. He's an activist. And Esther Zamimba.
Esther Zamimba, she's my neighbor. Esther is my neighbor. Esther Zamimba is my neighbor. We grew up together. We grew up together Just ask her about the Zimba straight.
Esther Wamakani.
Esther Zamimba too, no?
Yeah.
Beautiful lady. She's my neighbor.
Are you talking about the same person? She's also in Chinchi.
Yes. Just close by, no? Where she's still, I think now she's in Longwe with her partner.
Yeah, she's in Lilongwe now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her house there, we are just over the neighbors, close by.
Can you imagine? Esther.
Yes.
So what's
Here I
what's
am, no?
the aim of the festival?
The aim of the festival is to get foreign exchange to Malawi.
Okay.
So the way I calculated it, because I spent some time in Malawi for a while just to see what young people are doing. For example, the membership is 100 kwacha a month. Okay. So 100 kwacha a month, we're looking at that money to just be going into an account that is never touched. That way we can gauge the growth of Malawi. So that's basically you're talking about 180 million kwacha going monthly, going into a pot. Never touched. It just grows and grows from year to year. But on the strength of that one, on the strength of that money, you can make other moves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we have to go. It seems soon we
All
have
right.
to catch a train.
All right,
So,
cool.
all the best.
I
Alright.
think we're gonna meet up. I don't know, this evening or so.
They're leaving me.
I don't know. I think when we get back here, I think we're gonna meet up.
All right, cool.
Okay, hi Zanji.